Okay, so here's something that kind of ties into other areas of my life that I haven't really dug into so much, but it's super important. And it also ties into judgments I have of the Wayfarer types, SFPs, NTJs, related to finances. And yeah, so allowing myself to look into this, I can then look at myself and say, okay, so why am I judging them so hard for this? Okay. So I did one of those like $16 tarot reading thingies from Etsy. I found someone that I thought would be good, and I think I picked a good one. So the question I had for her was, in what ways can I support myself financially moving forward that align with my soul purpose, passion, freedom, and joy? So she said, your question about financial support that aligns with your soul's purpose is a powerful call from your spirit for true integration. Yes. The cards you have drawn, 3 of them, create a clear map from the old patterns that have blocked your financial flow to the new paradigm where your livelihood is a direct expression of your freedom and joy. Let's explore what your Akashic records reveal. So card 1 is the Savior Syndrome. Duh! That's what it looks like. All right. The Honeysuckle, the Savior Syndrome. This card appears first to show you the primary financial blockage. The old pattern of carrying the world's weight has manifested in your relationship with money as taking on work that feels burdensome, underpaid, or rooted in a sense of obligation. Yeah. I mean, using FE inferior for work is highly rewarding. In the right environments, it can give me energy. With the right people, it can give me energy. But the problem I kept running into with the hospice work was, like, I might have 1 week where everything's just going great and it's just like, this is really easy work. But then you might get someone, like a family member, who's like kind of toxic, on the toxic side. That doesn't happen too often, but it does happen. And then dealing with like the toxicity from like the office, and that trickles down to you, it affects you. So that's what makes it hard, and it really wears down on FE inferior as an ISTP. And then as far as being underpaid, I mean, yeah, I have been, always. And my mentality before was, well, they'll give me what I'm worth, what they think I'm worth. But the reality is that, see, I would think that way, that if someone was working for me, like, I would be generous with them and really give them what they're worth. And I would probably err on the side of give you more than less. But most people don't think that way. And so there's been many times where, yes, I should have gotten a raise. I should have. So like this last year and a half, I've been more like vocal about it, and that's just from people encouraging me, like, hey, you deserve this, you should ask for this. But it feels scary because of FE inferior, but also deep down, the FI in my 8th slot, it really does stem from a place of worthiness. And I mean, my last job, that lady just didn't want to pay anyone. Like, I still haven't gotten paid everything. I'm not expecting to, but like, I did the right thing by leaving, even though it causes me kind of like some stress and worry, because I'm like, okay, how am I gonna get paid now? But I feel that Spirit, I mean, they literally did guide me to move on from that job. It's just now I'm in that time where I'm like, okay, well, what am I supposed to do that honors myself? Okay. And then rooted in a sense of obligation. So like with this, okay, so with family, how you're like supposed to go to like the family functions and all this stuff, like a few years ago, I was just like, you know what, if I don't want to go, I'm not going. Because one of the things is like, hey, first of all, if these people really cared about me, we would have like a real relationship. We'd be talking, we'd be like sharing deep shit, but that doesn't happen. We don't talk until like, what, 3 times a year, and then we ask the same questions. Oh, how are you? How's your job? It's like, no, I'm not gonna put myself through that. And then one of the last times I went, this was a few years ago, like, I don't know, I saw the look on my aunt and uncle's face, and they were judging me. I don't know what they were thinking, but they were definitely judging me, and I was like, you know what, fuck this. Like, I don't want to go somewhere where I can't be myself, and then I'm just gonna be judged for, like, being who I am. That same... And I never, like, didn't like them. Like, I always, like, liked them just fine. I remember that particular uncle, this one Christmas, 5 years ago? I don't know how long it's been since I've been to those family events. But I was in a good mood. My cousin, who I like, she was there with me, and then this uncle, he was serving drinks, and he was like, oh, what do you want? And I made a joke, and I can't remember what the joke was, but I mean, it was funny. My cousin got it, and she laughed, and my uncle looked at me like, because it was one of those jokes where, like, if you take it literally, you might think someone's promiscuous, but it was just a joke. Anyway, so the way he looked at me, it was kind of like, okay, dude, like, you don't get me, obviously. Okay, anyway. Oh, and then with motherhood and obligation, like, I really struggle with this, because it's like, I want to do right by my son, who's almost 18. At the same time, it's like, where do I find that, like, balance of, okay, is he using me? Is this really something I should do for him? I really struggle with that. I still struggle with that. Actually, yesterday, was it yesterday? So, like, yesterday, I'm like, oh, what time do you want me to take you to work? He's like, oh, I'm not going, I'm sick. I'm like, oh, I'm so sorry. Like, is there anything I can do for you? Like, do you want me to make you tea? Do you want me to go to the store and get you this? He's like, no, I don't need anything. I'm like, okay. So then, I don't know, an hour or two later, he's like, oh, hey, so can you go pick me up this coffee from Starbucks, because I ordered it, but I accidentally ordered it for pickup. And I was like, if you come, like, you can come with me and you can go in and get it. And so there's kind of a back and forth, and I was just like feeling to myself like, you know what, he's sick, and sorry, like, if you're sick, you don't need a coffee drink. You don't, that's not a need. Like, I'm doing you a favor by offering to drive you there, but you're gonna have to get off your ass and walk inside and go get your own, like, coffee, okay? And so I was holding my ground, which I believe was a good thing. He left, and then, like, a minute later, he comes back, he's like, okay, fine, let's go. And then we get back, we open the door. He has not said thank you at all, which he does make an effort to say thank you, but there's a lot of times he doesn't, which Effie Inferior really needs to hear thank you. And when I don't hear thank you, that makes me less motivated to do something for you in the future. Like, I'm not doing things for you to get a thank you. But this goes with this. If something feels like an obligation, why the fuck should I be doing it? Like, if I'm going out of my way to do something for you, the goddamn least thing you can fucking do is give me a thank you. A genuine thank you. And that goes for everyone. Like, just saying. So anyway, I'm like, so I tell him the polite thing to do would just, when someone does something for you, is to say thank you. And he's like, I did say thank you, or whatever. And I'm like, oh my God. But I feel like as a mother, it's my duty to teach him to be grateful. Like, not just for me, but for anyone. Like, if someone does something for you, you say thank you. You express gratitude. Like, it's a fucking decent thing to do. Anyway. Okay. Moving on. You may have chosen or felt forced in roles where you save others. Yeah, like since I was a kid, my mother put me in that role. Or the situation, but at the cost of your own energy and financial worth. The honeysuckle confirms you are clinging to a vine of past choices. Your soul indicates that any financial path forward must begin with the conscious release of that archetype. You cannot serve your true purpose from emptiness. The first step is to declare that financial freedom and personal joy are not separate from your soul's mission, but its essential function. I declare that that old person who used to sacrifice herself for others is gone. I declare. Okay, the second card is the Forgiveness Violet Hyacinth. This is what it looks like. Sorry for the glare. Here at the center of your reading is the key to your new financial frequency. Forgiveness for the times you undervalued yourself. And there's a lot of times that that's happened. This card asks you to forgive yourself for every time you accepted less money than you deserved, for every time you felt guilty for charging for your gifts. Yeah, and that's a big one. It's a big one because, like, you feel, because you're giving from the kindness of your heart, like it feels good to give, to be generous. But at the same time, like, you know, people can really take advantage of you for that. And it's like, you know what? This is my time, my effort, like my energy. Like, I should be getting something back for this. Like, I remember the ENFP, the very first psychic reading I got, you know, I shared the part that applied to him. And he's like, how much did that cost you? And this particular lady, like, she was $500 and it was like a year waiting list. But she was really good, really accurate. Like, she foresaw things. And he was like, oh, well, I mean, if someone was really helping you, like, you wouldn't have to pay for it. Or he said something like that. And I'm like, well, I mean, what I do for a living, like, I help people as a hospice nurse, but I wouldn't be doing this if I didn't get paid for it. Like, I still have to make a living. So hopefully he understood. Okay. So, and for the resentment you may have built towards money itself for feeling trapped. And the violet hyacinth's energy clears the sorrow of self-betrayal, because that's really what it is. It's self-betrayal. It's not showing up for myself, it's self-abandonment. And it's not just with money, it's with any time I allowed someone not to value me, or I didn't speak up when they didn't value me or they disrespected me. Like, that's self-abandoning to myself. And I'm still learning to, identify when that's happening. In the moment, it's hard because my FI is so low. It's like the 8th function. So it's like, and then my intuition is lower. So it's like, I'm really struggling and working on really paying attention to it, because it can happen in a moment and then my mind starts going blah, 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 blah. So, but yeah, I need to not abandon myself. As this forgiveness integrates, your innate sense of self-worth is restored. From this place, you will naturally attract and create financial opportunities that honor your energy, your time, and the profound depth of what you have to offer. You will stop giving your power away. The third card is the Doubt. And this is what it looks like. Sorry for the glare. Cyclamen. This final card represents the new territory. The two women doubting, with their thoughts intertwined with Cyclamen, reflect the hesitation you will feel as you step onto this new path. The doubt is not about your capability, but about the validity of choosing joy and freedom as your financial compass. Joy and freedom versus obligation, right? Your soul's purpose is likely tied to something tender, creative, or heart-centered that your mind dismisses as not practical or too risky. The Cyclamen asks you to protect this tender heart and trust it anyway. This is what I've been doing. The financial ways forward that align with you will feel light, exciting, and deeply authentic. This may not look like a traditional job, but rather a mosaic of your passions, skills, and unique voice. Your doubt is the final barrier. Walk through it by taking small, faithful steps towards what brings you alive. Yeah, and that's pretty much what Bashar teaches. He says, follow your passion. He has like a 5-minute video on how you can follow your passion. That's what I've been trying to do. And my personal message: your soul is calling you to build a financial reality that feels like a celebration of who you are. Because we're all here to be who we are. All of us are unique in our own way. And that's really our soul's purpose, is to be who we are. Let go of the heavy sacrificial work. The world does not need you to save it. It needs you to embody your joy fully and profitably. And we find our joy when we find our inner child. That's really what I've been working on. It's our innocent little child who's like curious about the world, and just, that's really what I've been focusing on, is letting my inner children play and have fun and be free. Your purpose is not a burden to carry, but a light to share. Forgive the past and trust the gentle heart-led ideas that are emerging now. Your prosperity is woven into your passion. Yeah. Someone else said something in a video, and I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna write that down. She said, trust your own happiness. So I'm feeling like in any interaction I have with someone, if I'm not feeling happy, then I need to be like, what's going on here? Why do I not feel happy? And yeah, another story. So there was this girl, I met her at jiu-jitsu in 2018. She was from Belgium, and she was a little older than me, maybe 5 years older than me. So in that gym, most of the people were like way younger, so we just got along. She was more on the emotional side, but you know, we became friends. And I remember she struggled a lot, like financially. It just seemed like she had problem after problem after problem, and I'd be like, oh, well, okay, well, you're having trouble getting from point A to point B. So, like, I bought her a bike because at my job, I made good money. Like, she needs it more than I do. That was my thinking. And she's like, okay, I'll pay you back. And then, so every month it's like, oh, well, I can't pay you today. I'll pay you next time. I can't pay you this today. I'll pay you next time. And I'm just like, don't tell me you're going to and then not do it. Like, I didn't really do it to have her pay me back. Like, it was really just out of the kindness of my heart. But anyway, I just told her, like, don't worry about it. Like, but the reason I stopped being her friend was because her friendship was feeling like a burden. Like, I just had problem after problem after problem, and I would give her kindness and listen and all this stuff, and then I was like, you know what? This is taking away my peace. So I sent her a message. This was in October in 2018. I said her name. I'm sorry for all you have gone through and are going through. It seems to never stop. Unfortunately, being your friend is not allowing me to find my own peace. I have troubles too, and I have to take care of myself and do what is best for me. I think it would be best for me if you are no longer in my life. You are strong, and I know you will find a way to stand on your feet. I wish you the best. And then I blocked her. And so I need to do more things like that for myself. I mean, we all do. We need to do what's right for ourselves, but do it the kindest way we can. Sometimes, you know, we're gonna maybe not be as kind as we wish we were, but we can at least try. And then the last thing I just want to say on this video is just, I explored, like, okay, in my life, or what feel like burdens to me. So I was like, okay, a burden is helping people when I don't want to. A burden is feeling obligated, feeling guilted, feeling unappreciated, not being paid what I'm worth. And part of being paid is receiving gratitude. That is a payment, you know? Like, if we already talked about that. Okay. And then I was like, okay, following my highest passions. Communicating with animals brings me joy. Tarot is fun. Singing is fun. Answering random questions can be fun sometimes. Sharing experiences is fun. Videoing cool things is fun. Spontaneity and adventure is fun. And helping people can be fun when I have the energy. So I'm sure I could add more to that list, but yeah. Yeah, it's just interesting I just felt like this was very important for me to explore. Yeah. But anyway, tie it into the Wayfarers. Yeah, because Wayfarers, like, I feel like they naturally feel worthy for things, possibly entitled for things. Like, there was this girl on Love is Blind, one of the last ones, I might have been the United States one, and she was a Wayfarer. I'm not sure what kind, but she was a registered nurse, and she was dating, I believe to be an ESFJ man. I actually liked him. And, you know, she's kind of on the superficial side as far as, like, oh, I get Botox and, like, this and this. And then he gave her, like, a $5,000 ring, and she was like, oh, how much did you pay for this ring? And he was like, oh, $5,000. She's like, oh, well, I deserve a $10,000 ring. And in that moment, I just felt I felt judgmental towards her, kind of like in a gross way, like, that's so gross. Like, why would you even say that? But I suppose in her mind, that is what she is worth. And so she was expressing that, hey, I'm worth way more, or something, which I guess is a healthy thing to think about yourself. And maybe I need to have more of that for myself. I don't think I would want to do it like that, but I think that's an example of one of the things about wayfarers that I tend to judge. But it can show me that, hey, like, I need to value myself more and speak up for myself more and expect more. Like, if you're dating a guy and he says, look, no expectations, no this, or he's going hot and cold, like, it all ties together. Like, fuck that. I'm worth your time. I'm worth your affection. I'm worth your attention. I'm worth you taking me out and like spending money to buy me a meal. I'm worth all of this. It's in my nature to be giving and to do things for people. Like, I want to. It feels so good to give to people. But not at the expense of my energy, my time. Like, those people need to be getting back. And that's the point. And people like to tell you, oh, well, you're entitled. No, it's not entitlement. No, you like to tell me it's entitlement because you want to keep taking from me. You want to make me feel bad about it. But no, fuck you. That's not entitlement. That's called reciprocation. I deserve reciprocation. So if someone is not going to reciprocate, then you know what? They can go out of my life. So fellow Templars, INFJs and ISTPs, ENFJs especially, and ESTPs, like, I think FE Child can be very generous. Just make sure people are reciprocating. Like, it should be equal, balanced. Like, sometimes it's going to be a little off balance, but like, seriously, you are worthy. You are deserving. So, yeah, I guess that's all I have to say. All right, bye.